Proactive propagation of Buddhism. In the past, Thailand was an agrarian society. People worked the fields and resided in the areas close by. In that era, the temple was the epicenter of the community, a meeting place, a school, lodging, the court, and a recreation area. Monks did not need to invite people to the temple because people were already going there. But in today's industrial and information society, people have left their hometowns to obtain an education and find employment in the city. Only the elders and children remained in the rural areas. The roles of the temples became diminished. Although the numbers of people living near city-based temples has increased, most are unfamiliar with the temples. Some people have lived next to a temple for 10 years but have never visited the temple. As hotels, entertainment venues, tourist spots, and recreation areas became more common, people became even more disconnected from the temple. If monks remained inside the temple, the people would not go to the temple except to attend traditional ceremonies, funerals, or other festive events. Therefore, many temples tried to appeal to the public's interests. Some resorted to organizing concerts, fortune-telling, providing lottery numbers, and other superstitious rites, all of which are inappropriate. The status of monks as society's spiritual leaders drastically reduced. Large numbers of the new generation felt they were better educated and had more experience than the monks. Consequently, the public gradually became more distant from the temples and moral values. 64% of the population continue to take part in some Buddhist activities. 25% are registered Buddhists. 6% practice other religions, and only 5% are actively practicing Buddhism. Some of the large temples in the heart of Bangkok are in neighborhoods with up to 100,000 residents. Although vast in area, these temples have as little as 10 people visiting to observe the precepts on Buddhist holy days. Other religions continue to spread their teachings. If the situation is left as it is, the number of monks and Buddhists will continue to dwindle. More temples will be abandoned, and Buddhism in Thailand will gradually deteriorate and decline in the same way as India or other former Buddhist countries. The solution is to actively propagate Buddhism. During the time of the Lord Buddha, 5 months after having attained enlightenment, the Lord Buddha held a meeting with the first 60 arahants in the world and gave the following sermon. Monks, you shall pilgrimage far and wide for the benefit and happiness of the people, and to show compassion to the world. We clearly can see that Buddha wanted an active propagation of Buddhism. The Buddha didn't want monks to wait for the people to come to the temple, but rather they should take the teachings to the people. The Lord Buddha himself employed this active approach, which has led to the dissemination of Buddhism throughout the Indian subcontinent. Wat Pratamagai has actively propagated Buddhism in the footsteps of the Lord Buddha. Here are some problems and their solutions. Buddhists have distanced themselves from Buddhism. A proactive approach to solving the problem. An offensive approach is organizing the alms offering to 2 million monks from the 77 provinces throughout Thailand. Without activities to engage in, Buddhists become dispirited. Having activities keeps them active. A simple event to organize is the alms offering to 1,000 monks or 10,000 monks to awaken the people's spirit to perform more merits. These events will also create harmony among Buddhists from all regions. Problem: increasing number of abandoned temples. The total number of monks and novices has gradually been shrinking, leading to an increased number of abandoned temples. There are as many as 5,900 completely abandoned temples. There is an additional 20,000 temples on the verge of becoming abandoned that have only 1 or 2 elderly resident monks. A proactive approach is the short-term ordination of 100,000 monks at various temples throughout Thailand. This is held twice a year, summer and during Buddhist Lent. Monks who have decided to remain ordained at the end of the program help revive abandoned temples and transform them into functioning ones. After 5 years with this project, many once abandoned temples have recovered to become places of refuge for the community. As many as 1,900 abandoned temples have been restored and have monks residing for the entire Rains retreat. Problem: youth lack morals. The young generation is the future of the country and Buddhism. However, today's youth have distanced themselves from Buddhism, leading to the absence of morals and many societal problems, such as the lack of respect for parents, premature sexual activity, drug addictions, and brawls between rival gangs. These are dangerous trends. A proactive approach. Annually organize the V-Star project for 1 million children to cultivate success and virtuous children. This is accomplished by having them complete the 10 daily homeworks, respect for one's parents, chant and meditate before going to bed, make one's bed in the morning, observe the 5 precepts, make donations by depositing money in a piggy bank and helping with household chores. These children become virtuous individuals for the family and teachers, and an important force for the nation's future. Proactive propagation of Buddhism to the world. Had Buddhism remained only in India, it would have vanished from the world. Therefore, there is a great need to propagate Buddhism to the rest of the world, just as it was done when the Lord Buddha was alive. Wat Pratamagai has propagated Buddhism to many countries. Currently, there are 85 international branches centers in 31 countries, providing places of refuge for the local residents and Thais living abroad. Other than that, the temple organizes annual international ordination programs, where trainings are offered in multi-languages: English, Chinese, and Japanese. Buddhism and Thailand have been intricately intertwined for over 2,000 years. If Buddhisms were to awaken whereby monks and lay people united to actively propagate Buddhism, Buddhism would be restored to its days of glory. Morals and tranquility will be re-established in humanity, eventually leading to the revival of Buddhism and peace on earth. This effort was started by an individual who endeavored to make the dream of creating world peace through the teachings of the Lord Buddha. The objectives were to build a temple to be a true temple, cultivate monks to be true monks, and developing people to be virtuous people. This individual is none other than Pratep Yan Mahamuni, the most venerable Dhammashayo. Wat Pratamagai was established on the 20th February 1970 by Pratep Yan Mahamuni and his disciples with an initial fund of just 3,200 baht on 78 acres of land generously donated by the Lady Prayat. "48 years of full devotion to Buddhism. 72 is the age when most people retire after having worked their entire life. However, even at the age of 72, Pratep Yan Mahamuni will continue to meditate, teach meditation, and disseminate the teachings of the Lord Buddha to revive Buddhism and create peace on earth.